Welcome back to the Party's Over podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Donaghy. Back with my co-host, as always, Jonathan Stanky Leg Stolke. How are you, John?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
I think you've used that one before.
Have I?
Maybe? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, like, an idea pops in my head, and I'll like, oh, that's a good one. I'll use that. And then the same one will pop up later, you know?
That's
This
fair.
happened a couple of times with a couple of things.
Brains.
Yeah, man.
They be doing.
I tell you what, those things be pattern seeking. I
True.
tell you what.
True. What we got for today? You wanted to talk about Drake?
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about the current rap beef in the world. I don't know if you were plugged into the culture.
Do I seem like I'm plugged into the rap culture?
I don't know. I listened to one on the way here, and I was like, "Wow, that was pretty hurtful stuff he said right there."
That was tough.
Yeah,
What a mean guy.
yeah, dude. He's like, "You must be a bad person," and I was like, "Whoa, easy there, cowboy."
Calm down. What's his real name? Drake?
I think Drake's like
Is that it? There's no way that's his
no.
actual name.
It's like it's something effeminate. It's like Aubrey. I think.
Aubrey.
Yeah.
Aubrey Drake Graham. Calm down, Aubrey. Dude's from Canada?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, dude. I imagine you're trying to win a diss track battle thing, and your name is Aubrey, and you're Canadian.
Dude already lost.
Yeah. Dude.
Has he been in rap wars and
I don't
this
think-
game with other people before?
Yeah, I don't think he's ever actually won. I think he just makes a song by having his heart broken by a young underage girl, and then he
Which one?
Stranger Things girl.
That's
her nose always bleeds.
Yeah, Drake's he's a guy.
Yeah, man.
Do you think that they like actually wrote the nosebleed thing into it, or do you think she like went
Just
to
a
use her
con- a
powers once and
conveniently timed nosebleeds.
got a nosebleed and they're like, holy shit,
I love it.
work it? I'd like to think that. I don't think that's true, but
Probably not. No.
I would Google it, but unfortunately I don't care.
Imagine if they didn't have
So-
special effects and like in between shots they had like a random director right out there and just I'm so sorry.
They just keep Mike Tyson on set to break her nose like 3 times an
She
episode.
says, "Please."
Stop.
Does she need to have powers? Yes, she does. Does she need to bleed when she uses it? Oh yeah.
Somebody get in there and whoop her ass.
Beat this child.
Beat this 15-year-old kid. Terrible. Eminem's releasing a new album.
Is he?
Yeah,
You should stop doing that.
called The Death of Slim Shady.
The death of Slim Shady.
Yeah, I
Is he-
think.
Is he gonna like? Is that foreboding?
I don't know what that means.
Like, is he gonna kill himself? Is that what that's implying?
Well, I think Slim Shady, correct me if I'm wrong, you're more into the Eminem thing than I am, but wasn't Slim Shady always kind of like his edgy alter ego when he was younger and
I mean,
like,
I guess.
kind of like his drugged up crackhead self?
I
So now that
guess,
he's
yeah.
sober, I assume the death of Slim Shady means like,
Has-
I'm no longer that rambunctious
Hasn't he been
19-year-old.
sober for like 15 years? Why is Slim Shady just now dying?
I assume if you're not on a ton of drugs, your creative juices slow down a lot. So it probably took him like 15 years to write The Death of Slim Shady. I think it's already out. Or maybe they just released the list. Dayoka.
Ayoka? Dioka? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's the name of a song.
I see.
Dyoka. Isn't If I Die already a song?
Probably.
Didn't you already? It's on there. It's first track.
Well, that's pretty foreboding.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Why do you keep using that word? Did you
Foreboding?
just get a dictionary recently, or
I don't know. Sometimes I do that. Just pick a word, you know?
Okay.
Unprompted.
rambunctious?
I was using unprompted yesterday, left and right. Just boom, 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 boom. I felt so good.
For any particular reason, or?
Anytime I saw a chance, I guess you could say I was using it unprompted.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the world?
I don't know.
We haven't done this in a while.
I've been watching a lot of those like true crime YouTube videos. You know what I mean? Those things suck.
Which ones?
I like these like they're like homemade documentaries.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah, man. Well, not like homemade, but like not made by a big studio.
Yeah. Are you talking like Mr. Ballin? Because that guy fucks.
Oh no, I like that guy. I'm
Yeah.
talking about just like they like presented to be documentaries about crimes.
It's just some dude. Some
like-
dude in front of like a curtain talking in his basement.
Well, not even. It's like a deep voice man doing voiceover of a explain the situation.
Over like stock images.
Yeah, then it cuts to like a cop being like, basically, this person was stabbed to death on this night. That's what happened. So what we're gonna go do now is we're gonna go look for witnesses. And like, I don't know. I'm not really in the killing people business, but I gotta think no witnesses is the
It's first the goal, right?
Yeah. And then there's an astounding amount of witnesses, man. Furthermore, if I was a murder witness, I don't think I would wait for somebody to come bump into me and be like, "Hey, did you see this stabbing?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on Thursday.
Let me tell you all about it. Let's
Yeah.
get coffee. Because
like-
there's some stupid criminals out there.
Yeah.
Did you see the guy that was on Joe Rogan that was like an ex-convict that was reformed? Did you see this? He like went on, talked for like 3 hours about how the system's broken, how he was wrongly accused, and then like 2 weeks later went and just like cut some guy's head off.
Good for him.
And he was in prison for like 30 years or something before that, so he did not really understand modern technology. So to hide his appearance, this is like a grown man with a beard. He put a wig on, like a female's wig, and cut this guy's head off in front of a security camera.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
there's a lot of stupid fuckers out there.
Did he have like a street name?
I don't
That's
know.
been my favorite thing with these documentaries.
I have no idea. Do they all have street names?
A good portion of them.
Do we have street names?
I don't know. But like they always insist on using the dude's street names during the filming. Like,
Such as? Give me an
like
example.
they'll go through and they'll find a witness and they'll be, oh yeah. Like that's young Waquan, and they're like, okay, like where's he from? Like I don't know. I've known this guy 35 years, and they're like, okay, cool. What's his like legal names? I don't know.
Young McQuan?
Yeah, we call him Waquan. Young Waquan.
It's just an age category before their actual name.
Yeah. And then they go track these guys down. And when they're doing the interrogations, which is my favorite part, I love these things. They're so cool.
They show interrogations?
Oh yeah, they're all on YouTube. It's fantastic.
Right.
So they show these interrogations. They're never calling this guy like his real name is Mark. They're never calling him like, "Hey Mark, we know you did the thing." It's like, "Hey young Juan, we know what you're about." And he's like, "No, officer, you don't." And also like maybe I'm super overconfident in my abilities. Well, one. Request a lawyer. I learned that pretty quickly. Nobody seems to be doing that. Or I guess if they do, it doesn't make for a good YouTube documentary, so I don't watch it.
Yeah, probably lawyer shows up. It's like, hey, don't fucking say anything.
Yeah.
So they sit there and don't talk.
And then young Quan gets away. But I don't know. Like maybe I'm a little too overconfident in myself, but they really just be giving things up. You know what I mean? It's like
it's not like they can torture them. So yeah, that's kind of.
Did you kill him? No, I didn't. Okay, so you weren't there on Friday. I stabbed them both to death 14 times.
That quick?
It's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe guilt gets the best of you.
Maybe. I don't know. I've again never stabbed anyone, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But
I've also never stabbed anyone.
Really, we're not the subject matter experts here.
Actually, I did stab my wife's boss once.
We need to call that guy who. Gonna circle back to that. We need to call that guy who's on the Joe Rogan podcast and have him tell us what it's like.
The guy that's in federal prison.
Yeah.
Go have a podcast in the in the little the window.
There's like holding the microphone to the window.
To the phone.
In San Quentin, there's a guy being beaten in the background.
So tell us more about that.
So when he stabbed, did he scream? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
of course.
Yeah. It was just the entire time.
That could be fun. If we could get into prisons and interview murderers, I'd be down for that. I'd wear a mask or something. I don't want to know who I am.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Here's a question: though. We're interviewing these murderers. Do we make fun of them? Are we bullying these guys? Like,
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think
most
we
of
can
them
like.
still know people on the outside if they're in a gang or something.
I don't think we can like make casual jokes. You know what I mean? Like they could be in there for the stupidest things. Yeah, man. She stepped on my Lego set that I had just built, so I burned down the house and ran over her dog with a car.
Loser.
And we're like, that's pretty stupid. And he's like, what are you talking
Dumbass.
about? What do you mean by that? And we're like, oh no.
Sorry,
no.
we have to go.
Anyways, my name is Aaron Messner and Runaway Fest.
I like it. Fuck, I was gonna say something. I had something in there. I forgot.
You stabbed your wife, boss.
I did. That wasn't it. But yeah, I was helping them set up their office equipment, and we were doing all the packaging to put desks together, and I was the only one with a knife for whatever reason. And he was like, "Hey, cut this," And I looked at it, and I was in my mind. I knew that was wrong, and I knew I should have just given him the knife. I was like, yeah, this is like a 40-year-old guy. He knows what he's doing. Slice it and just into his hand.
Ew.
There it is.
That's pretty gross.
So, yeah, it was a good time. This was like a week into her being at that job. So,
that's a great first impression.
Yeah.
That's how you want to.
Yeah. Nothing better. Establish dominance, I guess. You know?
This is so and so. Her husband stabbed me the first time we met.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it went.
That's pretty cool.
It was good, and like I knew that I shouldn't have been cutting that, like I said, but I guess I had too much trust. You live and you learn. I was driving to work the other day, and I saw this, I assume, guy on drugs. And he was like crouched down, like lower than I am sitting right now. And he was like full sprint on the side of the highway, which is quite a busy road. It was right in front of New River. He's sprinting probably for like 20 yards. And then he stops and he like jumps. And first of all, I don't know if this guy understands physics, but like if he had kept running, he could have jumped much higher. Unless he's got like knee problems or something. But besides that point, there's got to be a sweet spot when you're like a crackhead where you're just fucking flying high for a couple weeks, right?
I imagine, yeah.
I just because like if you do nicotine, you got a couple weeks where it feels real good every time you smoke or you put a dip in or whatever.
And then you just
sad. And then you're just sad,
yeah.
And it brings you back to baseline, and it sucks.
Yeah.
There's like the crack has to have that. Meth has to have that.
I mean, I'm sure that if it didn't, we wouldn't have meth heads, crack heads, you know?
Yeah.
That's got to be kind of the whole appeal.
I guess. But like that time where it's awesome, it's got to be
great.
It's got to be fucking great.
We do not advocate the use of any illegal substances.
I'm certainly not going to try any of them to get that feeling.
Okay. We believe you and will not ask any further questions on the matter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of the highlight of my week, seeing that guy.
I ran 3 miles this week.
Gross.
For the thing, you know. And as I was rounding the I would say the 2.5 mile, you know when you're running and like your blood isn't flowing quite right and the spots start forming in your eyes.
Yep.
So I kind of went blind for a second there. I was following the of the guy in front of me. Fortunately, it worked out for me very well. I was stepping very, very high, so I didn't trip, and I did not. But like there were guys. I'm not a slow person, but there were dudes who were just cooking me, making me feel like a fool. And I think if I ever got to a point where I could run well fast, instead of running, I would skip, because that would be so much more degrading.
To skip past somebody.
Yeah, dude. Imagine you're fighting for your life. Like, you're someone like me. The spots are starting to form in your eyes. And then here comes a lanky man just frolicking past you. Maybe I got a little basket full of flower petals. I'm just tossing to the left and to the right. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, just destroying these guys around.
Yeah.
They're like, what am I doing?
I think you should do it. Just start running like 10 miles a day so you can do that. And like you don't even have to skip the whole time. Just right before you get to them, start skipping. And then once you're out of view, stop. And honestly, skipping, you can move pretty fucking quick when you're skipping.
I think if you got your form technique down, you could probably skip just as fast as you could run.
Yeah, maybe faster.
Quite possible.
You're really just propelling yourself like every 2 steps. Significantly more than when you run.
Yeah. Another thing that I think would be equally fun is to learn how to run on all fours.
I see people doing that online and it makes me uncomfortable.
Now imagine someone doing that for 3 miles.
Well, I don't mean it makes me uncomfortable because like it's like, oh no, I'm afraid of it. It's like, oh, you're a loser with nothing to do. So this is what you spend your free time on?
You're in luck because I am.
I see. Very good.
But like, you're telling me that wouldn't feel just a little bit odd. You're pulling into work. You look over. What do you see? A long man on all fours galloping.
I think I'd shoot him.
Wouldn't that be?
Or like smack him with a frying pan or something. You know, my backseat frying pan I always keep around.
Yeah, yeah.
In case of emergencies. In case of a scrambled egg emergency.
I was driving recently, and Jacksonville drivers are not the best.
They're the worst, actually.
Yeah, and I had this very, very heavy, very, very dense, very, very window shield shattering object in my passenger seat. And somebody cut me off. 3-inch, roughly 3-inch thick, probably 4-inch wide cylinder of solid steel. I was hanging onto it for work.
I see.
And I was like, I could just whip this thing through your car windshield and ruin your day. But I didn't.
Why not? Because you need it. You'd go to prison if you didn't have it.
No, I didn't need it at all. I could have totally just not acknowledged that I had it anymore and no one would have asked any questions.
Oh. Should have done it.
I should have. You know what I don't get, man?
What?
Remember when you were a kid and you do like something stupid? You like put your juice back on the table and everyone's like, oh, good job, buddy. You did it. You put your juice on the table. Mm-hmm. Why don't I get shit like that for being a good citizen? Like I didn't throw a rock through someone's windshield today. Where is my firm handshake?
Well, I think being a decent person is like the baseline expectation. A lot of people don't hit that baseline. But I think you're supposed to.
Well, I just want like a high five or a crisp thumbs up. Like if the mayor of Jacksonville came down, he was like, hey, buddy, good job keeping that road rage under control. I would be like, you know what? I did do a good job. I did keep my road rage under control.
You should email the mayor and be like, hey, I wanted to let you know that I wanted to physically assault somebody in traffic, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Do you have any words for me? Please do not contact this office again.
Just like, send me a Starbucks gift card. That's all I ask.
You want to show up to the mayor's office at like 3:30 in the afternoon on a Friday with our podcasting equipment and be like, all right, you ready? We talked to the girl. She said now is a good time. Is this not good for you? In like worst case scenario, we get a funny video out of it because we can have somebody recording us. Best case scenario, we interview the mayor of Jacksonville.
I don't think we could come on there as a part of our podcast. We'd have to come in there like, yeah, we're Channel 15 News. Is that a crime to impersonate someone else under false pretenses?
Impersonating the media?
Like, unless you go in there and we're like, we are both cops, speak to us. I don't think that's a crime. Because, like, no one's going to sit down with the Parties Over podcast, John and Donnie. Like, that's not going to happen.
Well, we don't, like, go in with, like, this elaborate explanation. We just go in and be like, this has been on the schedule for weeks now.
And he goes, who the fuck are you?
You're canceling?
Oh,
are you kidding?
Who are you? Where is Jessica? Bring me my schedule.
We got to talk to Jessica first. Whoever's there. We got to get the name, first of all, obviously. Be like, hey, we talked a couple weeks ago. We're still on for right now, right? And then just gaslight her into thinking that she forgot to write it down and put it on a schedule.
Maybe. Okay, if we're going to do this, though, we got to start a long con. Like, we can't just walk in there, two guys, and convince Jessica she's crazy. We need to, like, we need to start working on Jessica, making her think she's crazy early on. Like...
How?
First things first, does she have any pets? We kidnap them. We replace them with slightly different animals.
Nope.
You're telling me
we're not stealing somebody's pets.
We're just gonna we'll take care of them, and we'll replace them with slightly different animals. Just for a second, a couple weeks.
You work in the government. You know, like how undercompetent people are to what is assumed.
I suppose.
I think we could pull it off just by being convincing in the moment.
But then we don't get to just destroy Jessica's mind, and that's...
I don't want to do that,
That's
actually.
mostly what I'm here for, actually.
We could circle back to the baseline being just not being an asshole thing that we talked about. I think you're shooting pretty far below that with this conversation.
I just want to conduct raging psychological operations against random strangers, and I don't think that's too much to ask.
I think it is. I think that's actually like psychopath behavior.
I want to pick up her car and move it to a different parking spot. Like if she parks in the same spot every day, when she walks out, it's on the other side of the lot, and she's like, where is my car?
We don't want this woman to go insane. We just want to talk to the mayor. I think there's also a congressman that works out of the Jacksonville office.
We're gonna
might be a local congressman.
You know how you can do that thing where you give people calls from fake phone numbers?
Yeah.
We're gonna call her from her mother's phone number. We're gonna say like, it's an emergency, call me back as soon as you can.
Can you call from other people's numbers? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
How?
I have no idea how to do it, but like scammers do it all the time.
But do they call from other people's numbers? Because like I get scam calls all the time from like local numbers.
I had this old lady who would regularly call me on my old phone. And she was like, you need to stop calling my number. I know you're a scam. I'm contacting the authorities and I'm telling them it's you. And I'm like, this is how this works. They just grab your number as a front. She's like, you're lying to me. And I'm like, okay.
It could also just be an old woman that was typing in the wrong number, recorded the wrong number, and was out of her mind.
Maybe.
I don't know. It'd be cool if it's possible. It's probably illegal.
Oh, 100%.
I think the people that do it are usually in like fucking Cambodia or India. And it's kind of hard to get to them. All right, we're going to send the Jacksonville Police Department to somewhere in India. I can't think of any Indian cities. They're not doing that shit. They could drive down the street, arrest us. They would love that shit. It'd make for great news.
We would break into her house and repaint everything a slightly darker shade.
No.
Shift all her furniture like 6 to 8 inches to the left.
We're not breaking and entering. But if there's one thing I know about the Jacksonville police, it's that they don't want to handle any crime. They simply want to make your life in the city harder. Guy randomly walks into your house, let him go. It's fine. There's crackheads in your neighborhood, not our problem. This guy wants to put up a fence, we're going to fucking kill him.
What?
What?
Nothing.
What? There's a video.
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't know. What are some other ways you could, destroy someone via psyop?
I don't want to do that. I don't know why you keep circling back to that.
Because I think it's funny.
I just want to gaslight somebody. If you want to be a psyop guy, just go into an intelligence field.
I was looking at that this weekend.
Do it legally. You silly goose.
But how much more fun would it be to do it illegally? Because no one would believe you is the thing. You could you know how crazy you would sound to your homies at work when you're like, somebody replaced my dog with an identical dog, but this one is trained with the exact same commands, only in German. And
I think they would find you really quickly. Also, how would she find out that the dog is trained in German? Like, oh no, my English commands aren't working. Let me break out my conversational German quick.
Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with you?
You think he'd get caught?
Yeah.
How?
Well, Mr. Donahue, we listened to your podcast. And
oh, fuck.
everything that you said happens to be exactly what happened to this poor woman working for City Hall at barely minimum wage.
Did you replace this woman's furniture with larger and larger furniture to make her think she was shrinking? No.
Silly goose. We can't do it. It's not good. It'd be so mean. Imagine if somebody did that to you. What would you do?
Go crazy. I think it's the whole idea. You come out and your car's just been repainted. You walk out like, was it always that dark green? I thought it was blue.
Do you know how much money all of this would cost?
It's not about the money, Jonathan.
Have slightly larger versions of the same furniture made custom because they don't make slightly larger versions. Professionally repainting somebody's car overnight.
You don't have the vision, John. You don't have the vision. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. And that message is that they need to let us interview the mayor.
I think we can accomplish that through other means.
No. This is the only way.
If we were to go in, lie to the mayor's secretary, and then lie to the mayor, is that illegal? Can you lie to city officials? Can you know?
I think false pretense is a crime, isn't it?
I think if it's like,
is that fraud?
Maybe. But is it really? Because who can prove that we didn't bump into Jessica at the bar and be like, "Oh my God, you're the mayor's assistant"?
Well, a lot of people could prove it actually.
How?
Jessica, did you bump into these guys at the bar? No, I did not. Boom, we got them.
We bumped into her on a trail at the park that she goes to, which we now know because Donnie follows her now because he wants to psychologically ruin her life. Can you prove that you didn't bump into these guys? I didn't. We did.
I just think it would be so silly.
To ruin somebody's life?
Yeah, man.
I think I'm going to start doing that to you.
To watch someone's mind fracture in front of me. Ugh.
I'm going to put the money into it to have the slightly larger furniture made once a week.
Or start sending all the people she would interact with. Start sending from little people to average size people to us size people. You know what I mean? So she's like, holy crap, I'm shrinking. We bought identical copies of all of her clothing just one size up.
Now you're just getting creepy. I like the intent, but it makes me uncomfortable.
The exact same shoes, the exact same wear patterns, 2 sizes bigger.
We're out in my backyard fucking grinding shoes down to get the same wear. You would have to steal her shoes to get that.
Yes, we would. Yeah.
This is just starting to sound more and more like a panty raid, Donnie.
A what?
You didn't watch SpongeBob as a kid?
No, we've been over this many times.
Why not?
I don't know. It irritated me.
That's tough. Yeah. SpongeBob, they would sneak into people's houses and steal their underwear. You knew that?
It boggles my mind that y'all grew up watching shit like this, and I still turned out the weird one. What the fuck? How did that happen, huh? I'm gonna need some answers.
I blame you.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely my fault.
Yeah. You should watch SpongeBob, though, retroactively. I cannot come up with a single issue with watching 6 weeks worth of SpongeBob continuously. I don't think that would do anything bad to your mind.
I have tried watching SpongeBob, and I was like, wow, I hate this with a passion.
Why?
People were like, get it? He asked if mayonnaise was an instrument, and I'm like, go away.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
This is horrible. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I hate good comedy, good shows.
And now watch this, right? He can't find the lid. You can't find it. So they're like, hey, Patrick, grab the lid. And he doesn't know where the lid is.
It's hilarious. That's good old-fashioned comedy.
Hey, you know what's funnier than 24, 25? None of us knew what it meant when we were kids. Now we understand it was a veiled reference to Cartoon Network being funnier than Nickelodeon, but, like, I don't.
That's hilarious. It's good comedy. I think
Back in my day, we didn't watch this silly little SpongeBob stuff. We read the Little House on the Prairie books.
that's because you grew up in, like, a cult.
Well, quite possibly, but that's not the point.
I see.
Tell you what, man. The Hardy Boys raised the greatest generation, and they raised me, too.
The Hardy Boys?
Yeah, was that not 1940s?
Isn't the Hardy Boys like the wrestlers?
No, not the fucking WWE guys, dude. The book series.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Explains a lot.
Oh, this looks silly. Very good.
You've never heard of the Hardy Boys?
I've heard it.
Nancy Drew?
I know Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys crossover episodes?
Bro, did you grow up in like the 60s?
No, but I think if I had, I'd be able to have a lot longer hair and fight in Vietnam, which would both be okay with me.
Sure.
You want to know something wild, dude?
What?
I was watching this other documentary on YouTube.
Okay.
In World War II, flamethrowers in the Marine Corps and the Army and stuff, that was a job, right?
Yeah.
They had a life expectancy of, like, from moment first shot is fired in conflict, 4 minutes.
That makes sense. Didn't they get, like, if the fucking thing got shot, you just blow up?
Yeah, you died in agony.
Yeah.
And, like, they were talking to this dude who's, like, he was a flamethrower for, like, 15 years. And he was like, so, like, you knew you were going to die. And he's like, yeah, but I had a flamethrower.
Can't argue with that. That's badass.
That's the best logic I've ever heard. But, like, where are these ragingly autistic people in the military now?
Everywhere. Literally all of us. There's so many more than there was. We're just pussies now.
You think so?
Yes.
Because, like, did you see me the video of the guy in World War II? And he's like, I woke up and there was a Japanese man in my fighting hole, so I stabbed him and threw him in a river. Yep.
I don't think I've seen that one. I sent you the one of the guy that was like, I stepped off the truck to take a piss, and then 15 Germans came out and surrendered to me. So I took their Luger, and I walked them back to my MPs.
That's, like, I don't get it, man. Like, these dudes were at war, heavy war for years, and then they come back and, like, they're talking like Forrest Gump.
Which is silly.
Yeah, it is. Like,
yeah. Do you think World War II in the moment was just terrifying? Because, like, you look back and it's like, holy shit, that's scary. But do you think at the time it was like, man, this fucking sucks. I fucking hate the Marine Corps. I hate the Army. Like, do you think it was the same?
Imagine you're
do you think people acted the same
you're sitting
then
there
as they do now?
shooting the shit with your bro. Like, I can't wait to get out, dude. I'm going to go home, take my 30 days of leave, get super baked. And you look over to your buddy and he's just like, the top of his head is gone. He's just like a pair of eye sockets and below because he's been shot. And you're like, well, back on my grind, I guess.
Well, not that. I mean, like, obviously, I think firefights are probably adrenaline rushes. But, like, just the normal, just being around. Because, like, they weren't fighting every second of every day.
Yeah, it was probably pretty shitty. They were on some stupid stuff. Like, could they do things like, I don't know, smile in uniform and not be stabbed? Yeah, you know? Like, look at Peter Ortiz. He's smiling. He's smiling in all his pictures. Show me a single person in the Marine Corps who's smiling now.
Me?
Okay, that's like there's a gun to my head, but I can't let you know smile, you know?
No way.
Like Peter Ortiz, he has like genuine galliness. Whatever.
Gleeful.
There we go.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Peter Ortiz is?
No.
Google him. He's a smiley man with a kick-ass mustache. Jolly. There we go. That was what I was looking for. Like that's a genuinely jolly smile.
This guy?
Yeah, that's the one. It's the fat man from now.
He does look happy. He looks like that Army staff sergeant that makes TikToks. I don't know the guy's name, so I can't look him up.
I don't know either.
But he just like makes videos of him putting on chapstick.
I don't like that guy.
2 purple hearts. It's like, all right, but why are you moving your lips like that on camera?
I don't like his stuff. I think it's weird.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Actually, there's some underlying things there.
Yeah, never mind. Go for it.
Yeah, World War II. I bet they were like moderately the same. Just like, man, I fucking hate this. Or maybe not actually, because they were in Europe and Europe kicks ass. So
well, they were not in the cool parts of Europe. They were in Europe and Europe was on fire.
No, I get that, but like it was still pretty.
Like man,
like if I could
look
fight
at this
in
beautiful
Iraq,
scenery.
If I could fight in Iraq or Germany, I'd pick Germany.
Well, I don't.
Like if you're gonna die in either one, I'd rather die in beautiful Europe.
Have you ever watched?
To be clear, I have not fought anywhere.
Yeah. Have you ever watched All Quiet on the Western Front?
Nope.
There's a scene where like the war is ending, right? They're almost done, or like they don't know that, but like they're getting to their fucking like almost to their goal, and then tanks come out, and they're just like, "What the fuck is that?" You've never seen tanks before.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in the
trenches, and just the ground starts shaking. They're finally having a moment of morale, and the ground starts shaking. Like, what is that? And then fucking Jeremiah gets ran over by a tank, and they're like, "Holy shit!
Oh no!
What is that thing?"
Oh heavens!
But yeah.
I have seen that. I've seen videos of it at least. I don't know if I've seen the whole thing. Is it a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Okay,
it's a good movie.
That's not the one Tom Hanks directed, is it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Very well. So we're going to try and interview the mayor? Gaslight his assistant?
Yeah. Well,
I see no issues.
I think... What's the mayor going to talk about? Well, John, we're really trying to lower taxes out here. What are you doing to do that? Well, that's a good question. So what we have basically going on is there's a park being built. Like, no, no one wants to hear about that.
We could go in there and just flame him about how awful Jacksonville is.
I think
why you got this $40 million city hall, but there's crackheads on every city corner?
The mayor of Jacksonville and one of the 7-Eleven crackheads simultaneously.
I like that. You know them well, right?
They
ask you for cigarettes?
Yeah.
I see no issues. How do they know you smoke? Do they see you smoking, or do they look at you and they're like, yeah, he's got them?
I assume that they just ask everyone for cigarettes.
They never ask me for cigarettes.
Really?
I glare at them a lot.
I don't know. Maybe I should look like a cigarette. I don't know.
You look like a cigarette. You should dress as a cigarette for Halloween.
I would make a great cigarette.
Paint your hair.
Paint my hair, not dye it. Paint it.
Paint your hair white. Why would you dye your hair?
They make like the temporary.
They make hair paint.
I think it's called whatever.
That's definitely hair paint. They also make like temporary dyes, but it washes out over like weeks. Yeah, hair paint.
You think like
hocus pocus wash out hair paint? What?
How much more fun would cigarette companies be if they could still advertise to kids? Like,
it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, wouldn't it?
Something that bothers me, Zyn has like Zyn rewards. Didn't the U.S. government make Marlboro get rid of the Marlboro store?
Mm-hmm.
But now, but this is cool. What the fuck?
If they really wanted me to quit, they would let me buy individual cigarettes. which makes me think they don't want me to quit.
I don't know, but that could also perpetuate the issue because
Why?
Crackhead. How much is a pack of cigarettes? $7?
Yeah.
Crackhead probably can't find $7, but they can almost always find a quarter. Or anybody. A kid can almost always find a quarter.
I mean, maybe, but whenever I want
It just makes it more convenient, you know?
if I want to go fucking quit smoking, do I want to go buy 24 or 1? I'm like, man, I got a hankering for a ciggy right this very second. Let me go buy 1 singular cigarette. Nope, can't
I
do
suppose, but also like, I don't know. You're in high school
that. Mm-hmm.
and you're going to a party. Or like the first time you drink, it's probably going to be shooters, not a whole bottle.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the equivalent. Like, I can get my hand on a couple singles. I can't get a whole pack. I check out these tiny fireballs that we got. We each get half of one. That's how it starts. It doesn't start with a full bottle.
I think at this point in the game, cigarettes have been successfully de-glamorized enough that like any kids who are still like, I can't wait to turn 21 and smoke cigarettes, I get that they're a lost cause. Give up on them. It's okay. But like, but at this point we need to stop acting like kids actively want to smoke. They don't want to fucking smoke. They want to pop Zin Ladens, you know what I'm saying?
And vape.
Yeah, like nobody's looking at Marlboro Reds being like, oh, that's so fucking cool.
Well, I am. But
Like,
you know what? You know who had it the fucking worst, like the last 6 years? Are the guys that turned 18 and then Donald Trump was like, hey, fuck you, 21 for tobacco.
yeah.
That's tough. You waited 18 years to be legal. And then the orange guy was like, nah. That's rough. How old were you when they changed it? I think I was 22.
I was 19.
We were in Japan.
Yeah, and I went to Japan. I could buy anything I fucking wanted. And Nobody asked. Nobody cared. It was great.
Yeah. Japan's a weird place.
It's a fucking great place. What it is.
Very feminine culture.
Very.
Yeah. Which makes sense if you took all the manly men in the country and you're like, all right, get in this plane and kill yourself. You'd assume the offspring of the non-manly men would be less manly. And then, the cycle perpetuates.
That does make sense. Yeah. These are our manliest guys. They're going to kill themselves. These are our second manliest guys. They're going to be flamethrowered to death on an island.
Correct.
And they're like, huh.
This is good for us. This is what we need.
Somewhere out there, some guy's like, you know what? Maybe I will start drawing cartoon boobs.
This octopus does need titties.
And they're like, well, we can't send you to war. You're clearly insane. He's like, there's no way that just worked. Guys, you seeing this? And they're like, oh, pass me a pen, bro. Just frantically drawing weird anime stuff. Yeah. Some Japanese generals walking down like, oh, we are so cooked.
Some Japanese general walks in. Ew. Good times. Talked a lot about World War II today for seemingly no reason.
I could talk about World War II all day.
But is it fun?
Yeah, it's fun as hell, bro. You tell me you're not loving every second of this?
You want to make just like a 10-episode series where we go hardcore on the World War II stuff?
I think we should start doing series.
Try and pull people in with that.
Like, we could talk about, well, you could talk about Outlaw Country for like, what, a good 3 episodes? 4 episodes?
20.
Okay, so let's say 5 episodes.
Sure.
So set a hard line. Like, you could tell things. I could ask questions. We could tell a story. I could talk about, I don't know.
Guns?
Sure. Yeah, I was going to say something, but I realized I shouldn't say it.
Say church?
I said sure.
Oh.
I could talk about World War II for like a bunch of episodes. I think we should get a little something going.
Sure.
At least then you know what you're getting.
If we're going to do that, we should do shorter episodes and we should record more. Or we could do like, if we do 20-minute episodes, we could record 4 in one day.
Yeah, I'm down.
And then release them throughout the week.
Just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Cool beans, dude. Cool beans. What are we at right now?
40 minutes.
That's not bad.
What other stuff we're going to do? Outlaw Country. We can do World War II. Gardening.
I could talk for days about Chief Keef.
That's fine. Yeah. Is there a lot of
No,
Keith Cozart stories?
No, it's all pretty straightforward. It could sum it up in a solid 15-minute episode.
Very well.
Yeah.
See, Willie Nelson released a new song.
I did.
Did you listen to it?
I have not listened to it yet, no.
Did you celebrate his birthday?
I did.
What'd you do?
I drank a margarita and thought about Jimmy Buffett.
I see. I drank a single beer.
I'll tell you what,
It
dude.
was a good beer.
Willie Nelson, he couldn't hang with us these days. We'd be putting him to shame. Drake, a canned margarita.
Oh, it was a canned margarita?
Yeah.
That's fake.
Oh, yeah, but it's
That's
fucking,
just a-
doesn't matter. It's delicious.
That's just a twisted tea,
Doesn't fucking matter. It's delicious.
I suppose.
Um,
That new Zach Brown Band song
uh,
absolutely fucks.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Have you
phenomenal.
heard the new Johnny Cash that's been getting released?
I heard the first one, and it was really bad. It was not good.
I figured, like, you don't sit on a song for 23 years because it's just an earth shaker.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not even going to listen to this. I want to keep my memory intact, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to listen to him, but, like, every artist that records that much, which is all the old guys,
Yep.
they're going to have bad songs. That's okay. Maybe there'll be one really good one. But, like...
They do this when every musician dies. And it's like, huh.
Yeah.
Well, grab their bad stuff.
Put it out. People are going to buy it.
Yep. Oh, you didn't want this released? Well, not here to stop me.
I wonder if they're going to do that with Willie Nelson.
100%.
I say that because the man's been pushing out 2 albums a year for the last 60 years. Fairly consistently. You know, when the IRS was after him, he didn't release anything. Every once in a while, he'll only release one. I don't know that there's any uncut records. I think he just releases everything that he sings. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of live shit they can record or can release posthumously. And I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Do you think
But I
he
feel
has,
like most of the shit he's recorded is already out.
You think he has like 18 albums locked, cock, ready to rock, just dissing the IRS from that 2-year period?
Well, he did a couple of those.
I'm sure he has more saved up.
Yeah. That's how he got out of the IRS beef. We'll talk about that at a different time.
Possibly during the series.
Hopefully during the series. I don't know. If I was a 90-year-old, genre-shaping musician, I think I would make music specifically to be released when I died.
I think
Like,
the 90-year-olds do that. I don't think like who's that rapper who got killed and they released a posthumous album that was really, really bad?
XXX.
I don't know. Most of them, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't think he had anything ready to go. He was like 19. He's like, oh, yeah, drop this when I die. In 60 years when I die at a ripe old age of 80.
Yeah,
and then
no,
he got
no,
shot.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I hope Willie Nelson has something like that.
Well,
like, Johnny Cash could have done something like that. I don't think he did because it would be out by now.
Yeah.
But like, it was pretty apparent that he was on the way out when he was on the way out in the last couple of years. Waylon Jennings, same thing, but neither of them did it. It's tough. I hope Willie Nelson does it. No balls.
You just no balls, Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
I'll let him know you said that. He won't be pleased.
Yeah, send him an email.
You know Willie does not take kindly to the no balls.
That's true.
That's why we call him Fat Balls Willie back around the
Don't do
around
that.
the ball or the bar.
Why'd you say that? That was uncomfy.
Fat Balls Willie?
Yeah.
You can't be out here saying he's got no balls when he is literally.
What are we, a ball man?
Yeah.
I suppose.
I would go as far as to say the ball man.
Okay. That's still on. Very good. Very good. The ball man?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
It's like when Kanye or Jay-Z or whoever said ball so hard motherfuckers want to find me. You were talking about Willie.
They were specifically talking about Willie Nelson playing basketball, as he has been known to tear it up on the court from time to time. We going to try and have a Mormon guy on here?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Do you actually want to?
Yeah.
I don't want to invite somebody on and just shit on them for an hour. Like, if we're going to do it, we should actually have a genuine conversation with them.
Oh, shit. I think I know a Mormon.
Here?
Yeah.
I want one of the missionaries, though, not just a Mormon person.
Oh, okay.
I want somebody who's on their mission, because, like, that is what they are supposed to be doing. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
I don't know much about the Mormons, so.
I don't either. You want to talk to one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll message that one on Facebook that
Cool.
advertises free books.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
Very good. We want to wrap this up?
I think so.
I suppose. All right. Bye.
Thanks, guys.